What's up guys, it is the T-Ball and I am back with another video. So today we're going to be previewing the Philadelphia 76ers 2018-19 NBA season with my predictions at the end as well. So before I start, if you want to see more daily NBA content just like this, be sure to drop a like and subscribe, and also be sure to turn on post notifications so you can stay updated on when my newest video will be coming out. So the Philadelphia 76ers didn't have the most eventful offseason that some were expecting, as they didn't sign any big name free agents. However, they still have cap space for next offseason, and they made some very smart signings and moves to help them improve upon last season. They were able to re-sign Zhaire to a cheaper deal, trade for Chandler, draft Zhaire Smith and Landry Shamet in the draft, and trade for Muscala to round out their main offseason moves. We'll go over the Sixers' potential starting lineup and rotations, how the new players fit on the team, and my record predictions in this video, and I'll also be doing a preview and prediction video for all 30 NBA teams, so be sure to check out the teams I already did, and also subscribe and stay tuned for the others. For the Sixers starting lineup, I have Ben Simmons, JJ Redick, Robert Covington, Dario Saric, and Joel Embiid. For the bench, I have TJ McConnell, Markelle Fultz, Chandler, Muscala, and Amir Johnson getting the main backup minutes. I also think Zhaire Smith and Jonah Bolden may see some minutes as well, though the Sixers may have trouble finding minutes for these two. I'll get more into these two later, but for now, we'll first take a look at the Sixers starting lineup. I think Philly will keep the same starting lineup from last year, as the continuity should only improve the chemistry between these five and help them be even better than last year. This starting lineup has a great blend of athleticism, shooting, and defense, and it should be one of the top starting fives in the NBA next year. Some will make the argument for Fultz to start, and it may happen if he shows in training camp that he is fully healthy and has really improved his outside shot. He has worked very hard over the summer, and there have been reports that he is looking very good heading into next season. However, if Fultz doesn't show a drastic improvement with his shot, I think it would be better for him to come off the bench. If he were to start and still not have his shot back, he would hurt the Sixers spacing badly, as he would be replacing either JJ Redick or Dario Saric in the starting five. Also, I think Fultz's ability would be better utilized off the bench, as he could come in the game when Simmons is out or needs a breather, and he could be the main playmaker and scorer for the second unit. The Sixers offense wouldn't drop too much when Simmons comes out and Fultz comes in, as they will still have a solid playmaker on the floor at all times, along with pass first guard TJ McConnell. I also see Amir Johnson getting the main backup 5 minutes when Embiid is out, at least initially, as while a lot of people didn't like Johnson's play last season, he did do a lot of good things on the floor. Yes, he is slow-footed and doesn't do much on offense, but he was a solid defender and rim protector, and he was also great at bossing out and rebounding. He contested shots well without fouling, and he was also a solid help defender, making great defensive rotations. He's a solid backup 5 at least in the regular season, who will be a steady presence when he's on the floor, and if teams decide to go small or faster in the playoffs, he won't see any minutes then. But for the regular season, I think he could be solid, getting around 15 minutes per game. Jonah Bolden is an intriguing piece for the Sixers, and he may get minutes if he proves he is NBA ready after coming over to the US. He's 6'10", and along with Muscala, I could see one of them being a small ball 5 when they are on the floor together, if Bolden proves he's ready for minutes over Johnson. He has the potential to be an explosive finisher at the rim, and possibly a decent 3-point shooter, but he'll really need to show what he could do in training camp. If not, we'll likely see him in the G League and continue to work on his game until he's ready. For the new Sixers acquisitions, we'll first take a look at Chandler. Chandler was acquired in a salary dump trade with the Nuggets, and he should be a solid piece off the bench for Philly. He can play both the 3 and the 4, and he has the size and length to guard both forwards and the quickness to defend some guards as well. On offense, he's not a great shooter, as we see with his career 34.1% shooting from 3, but it's respectable enough to keep defenses honest and guard up on him from the perimeter. He has a decent handle and could drive and finish at the rim, and he could also play some bully ball at times on a variety of post-up moves. He's a solid player for Philly to have off their bench, and he gives them a wing who can play multiple positions and switch on defense. I could see him getting around 20 to 25 minutes per game, playing a big role off the bench for the Philadelphia 76ers. The Sixers also traded for Muscala in a 3-team deal involving the Thunder and the Hawks, and he should be a good backup big for the Sixers to have behind Embiid and Saric. Muscala gives the Sixers a versatile big on offense, as he can score efficiently in the paint on cuts and in transition, and he could also shoot from outside as well. He's a very mobile big man who can run the floor and move well on both offense and defense, and he gives the Sixers a huge weapon off the bench. His 37.8 career 3-point percentage should force opposing big men to stay up on him out at the perimeter, and this should give more room for guys like Simmons and Fultz to drive in the paint. Playing next to Simmons and other great playmakers should help give Muscala more open looks from downtown, and I expect to see an increase in efficiency with his shooting next season. Zhaire Smith was selected by the Suns with the 16th overall pick, and he was traded to the Sixers along with a future first-round pick from Markelle Bridges later in the draft. Smith gives the Sixers a high upside athletic wing who could become a future defensive star for Philly. He's very versatile on defense, having the ability to guard 1-3s, using his quick foot speed, length, and athleticism. He gets steals using great timing on pickpockets and getting his hands in the passing lanes. He also gets a lot of blocks for a guard using his great timing and athleticism. He has the potential to be a top defender in the NBA, and as he gets more experience, he should get better as the years goes on. However, on offense, he doesn't look too great. He gets most of his buckets relying on his athleticism to finish at the rim, and a lot of his points rely on cuts and off of passes set up from others. He struggles to create his own shot and be a playmaker for others, and he'll definitely need to improve upon this if he wants to be a big threat on offense. He also needs to prove that he can shoot threes efficiently on a high number of attempts, as while he did shoot well from downtown in college, he only made 0.5 threes per game. If he could even become a decent playmaker on offense, and have some basic ability to create his own shot, Smith could become a very valuable player on both sides of the floor. The Sixers also drafted Landry Shamet with a 28th overall pick in the 2018 NBA draft. He's a smooth and smart player, and he has great basketball IQ in making the right passes and plays. Not to mention he's a great 3-point shooter with his 44.2 3-point percentage, and he can shoot very well on the move. His 6'5" size and near 7-foot wingspan gives him the potential to become a great defender against other point guards, and he can also switch onto 2s and sometimes even 3s. He's a solid on-ball defender and is very pesky, but he's not very quick or athletic, and faster point guards may blow by him easily. Overall, I think Shamet is a solid pick for the Sixers, and while he may not get many minutes in the NBA this season, I could see him taking TJ McConnell's role next season if the Sixers don't re-sign him. Overall, Philly should be in for a big season with internal improvement and the addition of some good role players. I see them improving upon last season's record and finishing with a 56-26 record. They'll be one of the top teams in the East, and I expect them to make a lot more noise in next season's playoffs. So that's a wrap. Thanks guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video and want to see more daily NBA content just like this, be sure to drop a like and subscribe, and also be sure to turn on post notifications so you can stay updated on when my newest video will be coming out. Also follow me on Instagram and hit me up if you want to talk about basketball, business, or have any video ideas you want me to do. Let me know, as I do try to get back to all you guys there. Drop a comment down below on which NBA team you want to see a preview and prediction video on next. The comments with the teams that get the most likes will probably get a video done on them first. So once again, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon for my next video. Peace.